Welcome to this lesson on PrePress. A PrePress technician is responsible for layout and preparation of electronic files for customer and printer specifications and produces press-ready files. In recent years, Printron has become one of an elite group of PrePress specialists. We are equipped with the most modern technology, techniques, and press controls. We work to assure that digital contract proofs represent predictable, accurate, and achievable press color for our clients. So let's take you on a journey through the PrePress process. Take a look at this file. This brand is creating an identity that resonates with customers with great messaging and intent. But clearly this file has some issues that need to be adjusted before it is sent over to print. Please note that these specifications are based on the graphics you were working on at the time. There is no one-size-fits-all method. Let's walk through these issues. Here's the file we were given from a client. In this particular image, we have an RGB file, and the inks that will be used on press are magenta, yellow, and black. So we need to go from one color space to the other. And since we are going to do it in Flexo, we need to understand the impact of dot gain, as well as the impact of press registration. We have a lot to worry about. Dot gain is a factor that influences images. A flexographic printing plate that doesn't hold a minimum dot is easy to identify once you know what to look for. So in this case, these are scanned-in images from printed samples. The one to the left has a minimum dot, and the one to the right has no minimum dot. Where there is no minimum dot, you can see on her forehead and teeth where the dots drop out. If you have a 1% dot in the file, it will change to 8 to 12% in print since we are using a Flexo process. Even though 1% dot is light, dainty dot in the image, it is going to print up to 12%. So how does that impact color? How does it impact what the image looks like? These are things we need to take into consideration when we are color editing a job for Flexo. Misregistration can cause 3D effects as seen here, which are not ideal for the final print. Every press has minimum requirements that need to be met. Thus, we have printability guidelines to help with this issue. These guidelines look at point sizes, line weight, whether they're a serif or sans serif, and pretty much anything we have to heavy up for printability. Let's face it, these files are often made for a marketing campaign that are going to be run in the Flexo process. We need to take these considerations into account or the file will not print appropriately. That is the PrePress value add. Lithography allows you to hold the registration so you can build text with color with no issue. With Flexo there can be registration issues, so it's preferred that you build reverse or positive text in one ink only. Multiple inks can misregister and make legibility difficult. We often receive files from a range of providers, such that for efficiency, files should be consistent in color naming. For example, if there is one orange ink printing, there should only be one orange used in the file. Do not put some elements in PMS Orange 21, others in George's Orange, and others in PMS 159, as illustrated here. Trapping is accomplished by intentionally overlapping colors so that minor problems with alignment are not noticed. Poor color registration occurs when the printing plates used to print each color are not aligned perfectly. This causes unintentional white slivers to appear between adjoining colors. In this image, we can easily see what those trap amounts can do. This is very press specific. We may have two customers, both with different presses and specifications. Our job is to understand both customers' press specs and make sure the trap amount is suited to their specific print. Files that have colors or shapes extending to the die cut must have bleed. This extra image bleed past the die cut allows for print to die cut variance. If bleed is not built into a file and the die cut shifts slightly, a white gap may occur along the edge. By adding a standard bleed, there will still be color on all sides even if the die moves, allowing room for forgiveness. Every consumer goods product has a barcode, so this comes up often when dealing with these types of products. For every barcode, the finished width of the printing plate bars should be adjusted per press specifications. Flexo has inherent press gain, and if the bars gain too much on press, the barcode will not properly scan. Bar width reduction compensates or reduces the individual bars in a barcode, allowing them to grow back within print and scan tolerance. Barcodes smaller than 62.5% are not recommended, and it is not advised to run a barcode in a different direction than through the press. We call this a source for print by the numbers. We're a firm believer in giving people information, so at press side they can make the right decisions for that print. So all the different accessories you see here, based on which ones they use, will be included in the graphic file. A printing plate will be made of these components. When they print, somewhere on a hidden flap, or where the customer does not see it, these different accessories are also being printed. They provide different insight to whoever is running that press. They can look at how the item is scanning, or if any type of slurring is going on. This allows clients to look at different things that happen press side, and then they can go back to the settings on their press and alter it for a better print. Say a customer needs a certain accessory. We will add it by default to that graphic file. When the proof is approved, we make a set of printing plates, and that image will be mounted and shipped out to the customer to print. The press crew now has the option to review and make press side adjustments on the fly. Print samples can also be sent to us if the customer wants an analysis or trending report. We have a color lab here where print samples are read and put into a database. Now we can start looking at trends and averages to analyze the print sample to be sure the conditions that occurred are understood and see what can be improved. A report will then be generated. We live and die by press specifications. We have to understand the client's press specifications. We might fix it because they expect us to do it, or we might have a conversation with them about it. All depends on the customer relationship. Some customers have high graphic expectations, and they do not want their graphics changed. But the printer wants their art changed so drastically, so we have to negotiate any graphic changes. Technical liaisons within the organization will reach out regarding various sections of the file. The information is put into a database, so when the PrePress team are working on it, they can open up the press spec for that particular item. It is crucial for any job to gather press specifications with the client and build relationships. For any job, we need to understand who is printing it and the expectations of the customer, because we do not want any surprises at press side. When dealing with a consumer product company, you are typically dealing with a brand-specific product with a team of marketers, designers, and legal that are working to fulfill a campaign. They may not know all the technical specifications required with the print process, so adjustments have to be made. Overall, the goal in PrePress is to exercise good judgment and decision-making based on the client's requirements, and the plate making and printing process is being used. PrePress is crucial to the printing process. It helps transfer images to different color spaces and prepare the artwork for printing. It includes several steps, from editing the artwork to getting proofs approved by the client. Once final approval is given, flexo printing may begin.